let's talk about Australian wine in China. Australia is a big wine exporter, and China is super important for them. The free trade agreement with China help cut tax and boost trade. But things like more people moving to the cities, young people drinking differently, and the global economy worries also play a role. We think politics stay stable and market trends go as expected, but remember, we rely on quiet data and politics. Those would change with the China-Australia relations, and unexpected world events may mess up the market too.
After we analyzed the wine industry in China using the PESTEL framework and conducted an investigation into the governmental structures of both China and Australia, we found that China has a broad wine market and it has a favorable business environment. Also, China has the most emergent supply chain technology, which serve as strong support for the successful extension of our wine industry.
So through the research of the international trade, technological matter, and the global financial issues matter, in short, as the consumption of the red wine in China is increasing and the market is getting bigger and bigger. Also, there are still have a lot of benefits for the trade between China and Australia. So we decided to sell the Australian red wine in China.
And in conclusion, the Australian wine industry in China faces challenges from policy shifts and changing consumer trends, but strong opportunities remain, with benefits from CHAFTA, growing demand for premium wines and digital innovation.
Australian wine is back on the menu for China. Beijing announced Thursday it will lift anti-dumping and anti-subsidy tariffs on wine from Australia. It ends 3 years of levies and offers long-awaited relief for Australian producers. China's Ministry of Commerce spokesperson He Yadong.
Given that the situation in China's wine market has changed, the anti-dumping and anti-subsidy tariff imposed on wine imported from Australia is no longer necessary.
The tariffs of up to 218.4% were first imposed in March 2021, along with a number of other trade barriers on Australian commodities. It began after relations soured between the two countries when Canberra called for a probe into the origins of COVID-19. Ties have improved significantly since last year. China has steadily lifted trade hurdles on Australian goods ranging from barley to coal. Australian wines imported into China used to be subject to zero tariffs, but by the first half of last year, Australian wine made up just 0.14% of Chinese wine imports. Official data showed in 2020, before the duties were introduced, it was as high as 27%. The Australian government said it welcomed the outcome at a critical time for the country's wine industry.